Good day, this is Ray. Today is Saturday, May 10th, 2025. For me, another day of learning and growing. Hope that you, your family, friends, and loved ones are doing well and staying safe. So, downstairs this morning, a little bit under the weather, feeling a little bit better. I haven't been coughing this morning, but as the day goes on, I generally will have a coughing fit. But wanted to jump on because May, for me, is a significant month. So it was May 6 years ago that I was in the hospital, and it lasted for a total period of 19 days with about a two day, 1.5 day break where I went home and then had to be taken back to the hospital in an ambulance. And at that time I was 50 pounds lighter than what I am. So right now I'm about 195, 200 pounds. During that time I was down to 145 pounds, and I could barely walk, couldn't eat, was constantly sick, and it just felt completely hopeless. I stepped down from my management role, moved back home with my parents across country, and just had no idea, what was going on. But anyway, after I don't know how many days it took, but they tested me for everything, and then ultimately they diagnosed me with lupus. That was the first time being diagnosed. And then later on that summer, I found a rheumatologist who basically did all the similar tests and confirmed the lupus diagnosis. And then I moved across country, had another rheumatologist who again confirmed the lupus diagnosis. So I've had 3 diagnoses of lupus to confirm that's what it is. That changed a lot for me. Before that time, I would say I was a less serious person. I didn't tackle things head on. I was afraid to go to the doctor, and didn't have blood draws, or didn't know how to deal with medical bills, or didn't understand insurance, health insurance. And it was just a time where I didn't know if I was even going to be working again. Didn't know if I was going to live past that summer, to be honest. And there were times I did give up and felt hopeless, and felt like it was impossible to carry on. But here I am now, 6 years later, and been a homeowner for 3 years now. Over 3 years now, and not at the same career level that I was back then, but there was always a chance that I could get back to that. And I'm grateful to just have another day. And the other reason why this is a significant month for me is because May of 2021 was when I learned how to budget. And it's been a huge part of my life, and where I used to be intimidated by personal finances, not fully understanding how to set aside my money each paycheck, or what an emergency fund is, or tackling my significant debt of $115,000. It is it's pretty incredible that that I've been sticking to this. I don't spend outside of my means, and I'm going to talk about this probably in the next video. But when emergencies happen, or emergency expenses happen, I don't panic. I don't go take out a loan to cover those expenses. I set aside the money that I have, make adjustments, whether it be to my grocery bills, or to setting aside for future expenses. I'm just in a completely different place. So I think in May as a significant month has meaning for me, it seems. And even this May might be a drastic shift, which I can't talk about quite yet. But there may be some things in the works that you're going to notice some differences in the near future. If not, everything's going to be the same. But I know it's kind of vague, but I really can't talk about some of the things that are happening behind the scenes just yet. Thinking back to my lupus diagnosis and how uncertain things seemed at that time, it's kind of hard to put myself in that same headspace. But I remember there were nights where I was laying in bed and thinking that it was basically just the end of my life, and wasn't sure how to proceed, but I knew that I had to get through one day at a time. And I pushed a lot of people aside because one of the things that I experienced was people would ask me how I'm doing, and it's kind of hard to describe that. My honest reaction would have been, I'm terrible, and I wish you would stop asking me this. But, I would basically lie and say I'm fine. And that went on for some time. Now when somebody asks me how I'm doing, I'm pretty honest about it. It's like, I'm in pain today. Or, emotionally, I'm doing the best I can. But, something to that effect. But back in the day, I'll just be lying every day, basically. Thinking back prior to being diagnosed, I remember all the pain that I was in, and I would play it off as if everything was fine. People saw the significant weight loss that I was going through, and I would just chalk it up as to being stressed and not eating properly. I'm in a much different place now, where I am eating 3 meals a day, taking my medications and making sure I go to my appointments and all these things. Not afraid of needles anymore. I mean, it's no fun, but I'm not afraid of needles at all. And, just grateful for another day. So, what's the purpose of this video? To just kind of acknowledge that May has been a very significant month for me. And, now it's been 6 years since being diagnosed with lupus, and now 4 years of learning how to budget. There's a lot to be grateful for and to remember. So I'm going to make this video short. If you made it this far, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. When I post my videos. You can find me at youtube.com/@NotInMyBudget. As always, thank you for watching. Take care.